Simon Fraser University students may soon get the best view of the city while riding to school. As reporter Daniel Rojic found out, the university is considering an innovative idea to get their students up Burnaby Mountain.
Here at the SFU bus loop, students wait for their daily transport. But buses may not be the primary transport in SFU's future. A gondola, much like this one up at Grouse Mountain, has been proposed to replace local shuttles because winter travel up to the school's Burnaby Mountain campus can be treacherous. SFU student Jeff de Blasio thinks the idea would be a positive alternative.
I think it would have a positive effect on me, just because I take the bus a lot, and I can't tell you how many times during the winter months when you know it's just jam-packed and I have to miss the bus, and with that I have to miss exams and tests and assignments, and I just can't get to school on time. I'd probably take it over a bus, yeah, I would.
TransLink spokesperson Ken Hardy says 7 proposals have been made to build the structure, and planning could start as early as next year.
Well, right now our task is to figure out whether or not it's a good idea to do it. The concept is interesting because, of course, a gondola is designed to operate in winter weather, and it's winter time when we have the most difficulty getting those large articulated buses up and down Burnaby Mountains. Then we start to look at incorporating the gondola into TransLink's transportation plan and capital plan, which is, of course, about the time we start then looking for where the money comes from.
And where would the funds come from? Could SFU's gondola help gather tourist dollars?
I think we'd probably be the first university in Canada that has a gondola going to school, so I think it would definitely be an interesting attraction.
TransLink hopes so. As for de Blasio, the gondola can't come soon enough. Daniel Rojic for BCIT Magazine.
An iconic Vancouver comic store has had to relocate after over 30 years. Josh Dureko has the story.
It's been a rough couple of years for the comic book industry. Vancouver landmark comic store, The Comic Shop, has had to move locations after over 30 years. But owner Brent Stradiachuk says it was inevitable.
There were plans to renovate the building that we were in. It was a 3-story building, and being at that location for over 30 years, we did have a good working relationship with the landlord, but I mean, we were basically paying the same amount of rent that stores a third our size were paying, and we knew it wasn't going to last forever.
So they've packed up everything and moved here. A little out of the way, and while they are open for business, Brent says business just isn't the same, thanks to the internet and online stores.
We've definitely found, at least locally, that the collectible back issue market has really died off in recent years, where people just weren't spending, you know, the same amount of money on higher priced collectible issues, and we believe that's probably in large part to online sites like eBay.
And he's confident sales will pick up as a new generation of kids falls in love with the comic book, just like he did when he was a boy. Josh Dureko in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
If you've ever bought or sold a home, you know that commission prices can sometimes seem astronomical. Reporter Joe Perkins looks at the real estate market and how a recent announcement hasn't really changed anything.
In October, a deal will be announced between the Real Estate Association of Canada and the Competition Bureau. The agreement involves commission breaks and possible discounts, an option Patty Martin of RE/MAX says has always existed in the housing market.
As long as I've been in real estate, discount brokerages have existed, and they do offer a different fee structure. As a RE/MAX agent, I'm free to negotiate my commission.
While the details of the agreement will be announced in October, it appears homeowners are becoming more aware that they can pay an agent for individual services, like paying for a home to be posted on the agent-based multiple listing service.
I guess they always could, but it's more advertised now.
But a discount in commission means a discount in service.
At the end of the day, if they're not offering a commission to sell it, while it may still attract some buyers, they're not going to attract all buyers.
Martin's manager Richard Lorendo agrees and believes the Canadian Real Estate Association has never set limits on commissions.
Never have they had a rule that would have prevented us as licensees from charging any fee that we wanted. nor do they have any rules in the real estate business on how we package the services that we deliver to the consumer. So really nothing has changed. I've been doing this for 28 years. There's always been an alternative model in the marketplace, one form or another.
While the real estate market offers some options, it appears there is still value in the service. While discounted agencies may offer discounts on commissions, that doesn't necessarily mean a savings. In February, the complex behind me had 2 identical townhouses for sale. Martin was hired to sell one, while a discounted real estate agency was hired to sell the other. After 8 days and multiple offers, Martin sold her townhouse first. The interesting part, though, was at the end of the deal, Martin's clients walked away with $1,500 more than the other clients, and that was after they paid Martin a full commission. Joe Perkins in Richmond for BCIT Magazine.
A Richmond community is up in arms after a bed and breakfast opened its doors to more guests. Carly McLennan spoke to some upset residents.
This quiet Richmond cul-de-sac has been home to a heated debate over this, the Seabreeze Guest House. Gloria Gosabal says she never would have built her dream home here if she knew she was next door to a bed and breakfast.
Apparently, tourists are much more important to Tourism Richmond and to the city councillors and the city of Richmond than the residents. We do not want the comings and goings of a 6-person bed and breakfast in this cul-de-sac.
The owner of the Seabreeze Guest House says for most of the year there is only one of his 3 rooms occupied.
Guests typically travel as couples and have one car, so it's a very, very modest impact on a neighborhood for the bulk of the year.
Neighbors in Springside Place have erected signs protesting the B&B. However, the city recently passed a bylaw which allows up to 6 guests in 3 rooms.
They're not interested in how we're feeling. They just have absolutely no care about the people in this cul-de-sac or anybody who opposes anything that the city wants to happen.
Neighbors strongly feel that they do not want what they call a hotel operating in their neighborhood. John Falkus, the owner of the Seabreeze Guest House, says his establishment causes no more of a disturbance than any other house in this cul-de-sac. Falkus says the decision has been made and it's time to move on.
I was approached by one neighbor on Friday night, who's not in favor of having, the B&B on the street, but also I think heard, the arguments that the city was making. He did say that he would take down his sign, and over the weekend that's just what he did, and I think that that's a really big step in the right direction.
Gosabel believes the city needs to look at potential sites for B&Bs on a case-by-case basis.
Go back, take a look at it. There are some neighborhoods that just fundamentally don't fit with bed and breakfast. Dead-end streets, cul-de-sacs. It doesn't have to all be commercial. There's room for just single-family houses in Richmond.
Residents plan to keep their signs up, but John Falkus believes this works against the neighborhood feel his neighbors are fighting for. Carly McLennan in Richmond for BCIT Magazine.
Up next on BCIT Magazine, we meet a triathlete from Surrey who's training to get to the 2016 Summer Olympics.
And sibling rivalry motivates 2 North Vancouver sisters who shoot hoops for UBC.